side of the building.
What the f*** was that?
Once you're inside, find a way to the atrium.
Might be a diversion, so be ready! Sending out our team! Plenty more coming!
Agents, what's going on? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another build video. Today's build video is a very special one. This is an explosive build that is based around the Seeker Mine build I've done previously, but it has been altered in many ways to create the Hellstorm build. This build is unbelievably fun to use in PvP and PvE. You can run around, you can move all over the place and just rain death upon any opponent. It's really fun to use. So as you guys saw from the footage, you can place the turret down and run around and shoot up to 8 shots, and it just does like almost 1,000,000 damage every shot, and you can just place them and they shoot extremely quickly, you know, if you put your turret close to someone. Like in PvP, if you put the turret near somebody, they can't even shoot back. They just get staggered and they just get blown up. It's really fun to use, hilarious to be honest, and I hope you guys use it because it's very, very strong. Or give it a try and let me know what you think. So this is the Hellstorm build. Something to note as well, the BTSU gloves are procced by the artillery turret from the explosion. So you don't have to worry about fire flying people, throwing fire grenades. As long as you hit someone with your artillery turret, it actually procs the BTSU gloves, which makes this build so good. It makes it so much easier to use. So let's get into this explanation. So we're going to need to make sure that this is all active. All these turret mods are active on the Demolitionist. That's pretty much self-explanatory. We need to be using this. It gives you 100% damage mod if you guys didn't know. So make sure you get that. I've got one for 144%. But that's up to you. If you don't, you do actually get a stock 100% damage mod, which is why it's so strong. Make sure everything else is active. It's very important. Vital protection is very, very good for PvP. This is the most important thing for this build, so make sure explosive ordnance is fully procced, all three, so this gives us increased explosive damage. And sometimes you might actually hit yourself, so it's important to have braced for impact as well, which actually allows you to ignore explosions every 60 seconds. Alright, so what is the Hellstorm build? This build is focused around the BTSU gloves, as you guys can see. We're going to be using the Eagle Bearer. Use whatever gun you want, it doesn't really matter. We're not focusing on guns or weapons, so I'm not going to go into that at all. Spike is good, it gives you extra damage. Try to get Spike on your gun. It gives us 35% skill damage. If you do this, you'll get over 1,000,000 damage every single shot, which is situational, but it is possible. So that's just to let you guys know about that one. If you didn't know about Spike, it's very important to have it like on a sniper rifle. For PvE, it's very important because you can make sure it procs a lot of the time. All right, so the mask, what we've got here, we've got Providence Defense, which gives us 10% skill power, health on kill, skill power again, destructive. Now, this is pretty basic, guys, so we want to be stacking destructive on our pieces, but not too much because there's other things that'll make it a lot stronger. So the reason why this build is so strong is because it's a 2711. We have almost got 300k armor. That's a lot of armor for a skill build. 84k health. 2500 skill power. All across the board, this build is really strong. You are not squishy. You can tank a lot of damage. You can do a lot of damage with your gun as well, while blowing people up left, right, and center. So it's a really strong build. The stats are really well balanced, and that's the key to this build, is that the explosive damage that you can stack is so good that there's no need to go crazy into skill power and go over 3k skill power, or just go into too much skill haste or things like that. You do not need it. So the chest piece, this is a beautiful chest piece I was lucky enough to get. 723 skill power with 57k health and destructive on it. You need destructive, roll it on the chest piece. It's very important for this build because we're going to be needing to use an ongoing directive holster. The reason being is you can get 4 utility slots for the BTSU proc. So make sure you guys use an ongoing directive holster. Very important. Now, if you don't have a destructive chest piece, you can actually use an ongoing directive to stack more electronics. That'll help with the BTSU and make up the damage which you have lost. So this one's got 15% skill haste. It's not very good. I actually haven't re-rolled it yet. I should do that. and we've got 557 skill power. Now, all of the mods you're going to be putting on, try and get this right here. 1.5% explosive damage, very, very strong. The highest skill power rolls you can possibly get. My OCD is a bit annoying. It's 2499. I need to try and get 2500, so I'll probably change this mod to a higher one, but it doesn't really matter for now because we've got most of our mods active. So that's the whole point of this build: is don't overdo it with skill power. Try get a bit more skill haste. As long as the mods for the turret and the seeker mine are unlocked, that's what's important. So you can actually call this a hybrid build, even though it's not really a hybrid. I mean, if you have a look here, I'm hitting 23k damage on my gun, which is crazy strong. Even though it is an Eagle Bearer, we know how strong that is. Then a Eula Guard. Now, the reason why I've gone for this is because it's got a nice armor rolls. It's got very high armor. That's why my armor is so good. The percentage base and the 5k armor with the skill haste, 20% skill haste is nice. And I get that juicy Eula Guard 5% total armor. So hard on the tech support. Tech support is a must-have for any skill builds these days. You have to run it always because it refreshes. So you're going to be having 25% skill damage at all times because of your Seeker Mine and your turret. So make sure this is active. Offensive mods, just go for all the weapon damage and whatever primary weapon you're going to be using. Then the most important thing, Camp White Oak. Keep farming that mission. I got it within 4 tries. I know people say it's in the loot pool. You can get it anywhere, any boss, but trust me, Camp White Oak, you'll get it a lot faster. So just keep running that on story mode, not even challenging mode, and you guys will get it. So the most important thing here, again, I never really focus on anything else. Energy infusion. So while infused, you gain plus 10% damage, skill healing, repair, and skill duration. So what that means is we'll be getting 110% damage increase and everything else. So it's going to be ridiculously strong. And plus all the mods that I'm about to show you guys as well. So when I've modded here, I've gone for Seeker Mine, Drone skill power. You should go for Turret and Seeker Mine skill power on your mods. Make sure to do that. Then on the knee pads, we've got a Fenris. This gives me 10% assault rifle damage. Very important here, guys. So this is actually a very good piece. You're probably gonna have to need to have this piece on your build. So a 320 skill power. Now we don't have any healing on our build. This is a fully destructive build. We don't have any like chem launchers or things like that because we've got patience. So this will help us regain our health, our armor, to be precise. So explosive damage, make sure destructive is rolled on there. Very important. Then just put whatever. Well, this one doesn't have a mod slot, so that's unfortunate. But trust me, having patience and destructive is a nice bonus. It really does help. So that is the build. This is a insanely fun build to use. This is a mortar, guys. It just you run around, you put the turret down, it comes back in like 15 seconds. It's crazy strong. Let's get into more of the stats now of this build, seeing as though you've seen the details. So we don't have to go through anything really here. I'll just scroll through if you guys want to pause the video and have a look at any of these stats. So obviously crit chance and things like that isn't too good. All weapons damage. We do have 30% assault rifle damage, which is actually really strong. No DTE, unfortunately, but this is like a balance. It's a PvE and PvP build. I recommend using it in PvP. If you guys want to use it in PvE, maybe try and stack some DTE if you can, even though you do not need that because you'll just be blowing everything up. So it's really fun to use. 55% skill haste is really good for this build, even though we've got all these beautiful rolls here. I could probably get more skill power on my turret, but I haven't played around with the mods yet. So this is where it gets really important. Now, we're going to be using the artillery. So we've got the damage is scaled down because I've actually changed my mod to show you guys something. So let's get into this. So 86% damage, very strong. I do have better. I think I have better ones. Yeah, I do. 95% damage. Proc that on there. Your best damage mods, go for it. Now for this one, I've gone for extra mortar ammo. That's perfect. I hope you guys have an ammo box. You need to try and get an ammo box for this build to be viable because if you don't have this +5, it's going to be a bit tricky because I've got 9 bullets, guys. 9 bullets actually. I thought it was 7. It's actually 9. So we're going to be doing 950,000 damage around that area with 9 bullets. So you're going to be hitting crazy numbers and all the time, and it comes back. It says cooldown 29 seconds, but when the BTSU procs, it comes down a lot more. So you'll have it like as you can see in the footage in the beginning, actually, I tested it. I get it back in about 15 seconds, and then you got another 9 bullets, so it's constantly going to be up. So this is where it gets a bit tricky. Now, I've got 144% damage. Now, I could proc this. I could make this active, but I would need to spec into more skill power. So I can do that, and I probably will do that. It just depends what you want to do. Now, haven't got the right mods for my electronics, so I'm going to probably transfer them from my character to this one. Then I will be able to do this. So just try find whatever mod you have, the best damage mod you've got. So I can make this run. This will give me like about instead of 388, it'll give me like 424,000 with this mod active. then it equates to, you know, the 890,000, so just under 900,000 damage. But then it goes up due to spike and things like that. So there's a few things that can proc, but just base it'll be 424k with this. So just make sure that you have this, because you guys will have this because of demolition. So make sure this is active, which is nice. So if you don't have any turret mods, you have a 100% damage mod just waiting for you right here. So it's just really fun. This turret is underused. A lot of people just use seeker mines, but this makes it really, really strong and a lot more fun. Then obviously we're just going to have seeker mines as a secondary. Why not? Why not blow things more? That's 360k damage every single mine, and we've got 8 mines. So make sure when you're modding these things, it's very important to not overlook what's going on there. Not overlook the actual extra mines, because I've got 138% skill haste. Go for skill haste on that mod. For this one, I've gone for 95% damage. It's a beautiful mod right there. 4 extra mines. Now I could have gone for an extra 54% damage, but I've gone for the 4 extra mines. That gives us 4 whole total mines to go for different enemies. It does help stacking more mines, so I recommend if you don't have a really high damage mod, rather go for the extra mine mod. So that is the Hellstorm build, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It's really, really strong. It's the funnest way to use explosive builds in this game so far that I've experienced. So I really hope you guys test it. If you do, leave a comment, let me know how it goes, and I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, become a member if you guys are willing to. It's only 99 cents a month. That'll help my channel a lot. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll be seeing you agents in the next video. Peace out, boys.